In today's video, I talk about what transformational relationships are and how relationships themselves actually give meaning and context to life itself. They are what define our reality. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, my name is Mike and I'm a Kung Fu and Tai Chi teacher based out of Boulder, Colorado. On this channel, I share inspiration and strategies each week around topics such as personal growth, self-care, and mindfulness to help you live a more masterful life that is both intentional and fulfilling. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. In last week's video, we talked about transactional relationships. These are relationships that serve a very specific function or purpose. And once that function or purpose is fulfilled, the relationship ends. These types of relationships are all about what each party can get from the relationship rather than what each party can give. In today's video, I'm going to talk about transformational relationships. Unlike transactional relationships, transformational relationships are all about how each party can help the other one. And as the name suggests, transformational relationships transform us as individuals. They help us to grow and change. And as a result, both the person we're in relationship with and the relationship itself grows and changes as well. And if both people in the relationship are growing and changing, by extension, there is a ripple effect that goes out into the world. Transformational relationships are based on love. Relationships give meaning and context to life itself. They are what define our reality. A car is meaningful to us because it allows us to get from one place to another. But to a bear, for example, it is merely a container for the food you might have left in it while camping. Thus, a car has no objective reality. It is our relationship between us and the car that defines our reality. When we realize that relationships are really all we have, we begin to value them much more deeply because they give meaning to our lives. We have an innate desire to show up in them with authenticity, vulnerability, intimacy, and gratitude, even if we don't always have the skill or capacity to do that well. There's a sense of connection that we all seek as human beings. It's the way we are wired. Even the self-proclaimed loner or fiercely independent still needs connection to be healthy and thrive. And so for those we wish to have deep and meaningful relationships with, the relationship cannot be transactional. We cannot view people as objects because when we do, the relationship becomes a means to an end, and it is no longer providing meaning or context to our lives or our reality. It is because of this that many relationships end. When we don't merely view people as objects, there's room for mistakes, conflict, and messiness. Even when we don't show up as we're supposed to, you are ultimately still loved and accepted. This allows for the possibility of honest communication and authentic relating. And because of this, transformational relationships can serve as a vehicle for self-discovery, as a way to deepen our self-awareness. Our relationships are really just reflections of our internal state of being. I'll dive deeper into that in a future video. But for this video, the key takeaway is that in transactional relationships, we grow. We have the opportunity to get to know ourselves better. And this can only happen when we make our relationships about what we can give rather than what we can get. And like I said in my last video, this centers around knowing our why. Why am I in relationship with this person or that person? Is it because I want to get something in return? Or is it because I sincerely want to be in the relationship because of how it makes me feel? Transactional relationships destroy intimacy because everything is tracked and measured. It's like a business. You give me X and I give you Y, but I will only give you Y if you give me X. The meaning is in the transaction itself and not in the relationship. And because of this, an expectation of reciprocity is always present people will feel like they're owed something, especially if one feels like they have sacrificed something. There is also often a lot of blame and resentment that goes around because there will inevitably always be mismatched expectations when it comes to reciprocating. This shows up for me as a teacher of Kung Fu and Tai Chi as well. I teach purely out of passion and a desire to share the art I've spent so much of my life studying. I have no interest in teaching people that believe they're entitled to learn just because they have paid me tuition. Instead, I truly love working with students that are sincere in their practice, because when they are dedicated to their practice, they will grow and get stronger physically, mentally, and emotionally. That is what fills me up, and that is what makes it a transformational relationship. It's a mutually beneficial relationship of serving and helping each other. And these are the relationships in life that truly matter. So do you have transformational relationships in your life? If so, how are you transformed by these relationships? Can you see how relationships have a positive effect on the world? Let me know in the comments below. And please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and would like to receive inspiration and strategies like this each week. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.